All right, the last above the line Oscar categories that I have yet to make my newer predictions about are Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. So, we are going to get into that right now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover major movie news on our Mint One podcast, we do movie rankings, and of course we do Oscar Mondays. So, with that being said, if that sounds interesting to you, please check us on out and subscribe. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have your guys' support as we go about that journey. But all right, with that all done and out of the way, let's get on into Best Supporting Actress first off. Now, this is a category that has kind of flip-flopped already, and to me, this is always the most confusing acting category that there is. Now, this one right now has a pretty strong lead for the front runner, and it's the rest of the five that are kind of uneven. And honestly, I think any actress could jump on in here at any point in the season that I am about to name. So let's get on into it with the one that I feel most secure, and that is number one. And I have Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers at number one right now. From what I am hearing, her performance is outstanding. Everyone who has seen the film has gone away talking about her and Paul Giamatti, but mostly her saying how great her performance is. It's heartfelt, it's emotional when it needs to be, and it's powerful at the same time. And that is what you need to do to be a Best Supporting Actress winner. So, right now I have her at number one, and I'm very excited to see her performance in that movie. Number two is one I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly who to put here because, like I said, all these actresses I'm looking at, and I will name all of them so you know, but I am kind of conflicted at who to put at the number two spot, and I think I'm going to do a pretty strong move. I think I'm going to put Jodie Foster for Nyad at number two. I feel very confident about Jodie Foster here because I'm hearing great things about her performance in this film, that it's one of her best ever, and that is speaking and saying something right there. I mean, I think if Nyad does get looked at as a serious Oscar contender, that it's going to do very well, and I think Jodie Foster could go right into that number two spot as of now for Best Supporting Actress. I don't think a lot of people are predicting her to get into the top five, but they're maybe getting her at number six or maybe right there at number five. But for me, I think that she's going to get a nomination, so I'm going to put her in at number two. Coming in at number three, I have Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. Now, the reason why this film is, or she is not number two, is because I don't feel secure about her getting a nomination. Um, Oppenheimer is obviously a great film. It's going to be getting all these nominations at the Oscars, and I think Emily Blunt is going to be backing off of that, and so she's just going to ride the wave and get on into Best Supporting Actress. I don't think she was given enough time and enough things to do in the screenplay to really get a huge standout moment. She has one in the third act, but that's it. That's the only like Oscar moment she has. She doesn't really have a lot to do within the film. And that's not her fault by any means, but I just don't think that she has enough time to do um, an Oscar moment besides that one scene, and I think that could be kind of a brick wall to get her into the nomination slot. But because she's with Oppenheimer and it's going to do so well, I think she's just going to ride the wave. So that's why I put her in at number three. Again, I love Emily Blunt, I really do, and I love her performance in here. I just wish she was given more to do so I could be more confident about putting her in. But she's never gotten nominated. She's beloved, and I think everybody just wants to see that moment for her, which is why I'm just going to put her in at number three. Coming in at number two, or not number two, wow, coming in at number four. This is where I look at Color Purple, and I look at Danielle Brooks and Taraji P. Henson. Now, a lot of people are kind of casting doubt on The Color Purple before anybody has seen the film, which I don't think is necessarily fair, but it does put some question of the film in my mind and how well it will do come Oscar nominations. Um, I think I'm going to put one of them in right now at number three or number four. I can't get my numbers right today. At number 4, I think I'm going to put Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple in at number 4. I'm going to keep strong about that movie a little bit, just because nobody's seen the movie, but people are falling out on it already. I don't think that's fair. I do think it's going to do decent. I don't think it's going to do phenomenal, but I think it's going to do decent with awards. So I'm going to get Danielle Brooks in there at number 4, although if I'm honest, I'm not confident about it. And then coming in at number 5, this is where I look at Julianne Moore, Penelope Cruz, and America Ferrera. I don't get why America Ferrera is in conversation about Barbie. I don't think that she has a shot, if I'm honest. Personally, I guess, because I guess some of where pundits are looking at her, and that does speak something, and it does say something about the race. So she is in consideration. However, I'm not going to put her in right now. I'm just not. I'm going to put Julianne Moore for May December in at number 5 over Trazopant for The Color Purple, putting Trazopant in at number 6. But I think Julianne Moore for May December, everyone loves Julianne Moore in the industry, and she hasn't really gotten a lot of love recently because a lot of her projects haven't really been in the mainstream eye. And not necessarily that May December is, however, I do think that you got to watch out for May December. I think it is the one film that could kind of sneak in some categories this year, and I think supporting actors here could be one of them. So I'm going to put Julianne Moore here at number 5, and then I'm going to put Taraji Henson at number 6. Penelope Cruz at number 7 for Ferrari. I just don't think that film's going to do well overall at the Academy, but I still think she has a shot at getting in there. And then I'm going to put America Ferrera in at Barbie for number 8, and Rosamund Pike for Saltburn at 9, even though I don't really see Saltburn having a huge run at the Oscars. I think from what I've kind of heard about that film, it's a interesting film, but not one that the Academy is going to go for. So Saltburn really won't be in my predictions at all. I don't think it's getting anything, but I'll just put Rosamund Pike in there because I want a 9 slot. So that's my view on Best Supporting Actress. Number 1, Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Number 2, Jodie Foster for Nyad. Number 3, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. Number 4, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple. And number 5, Julianne Moore for May December. Again, this award's always the craziest for the acting categories. And I don't think it's going to be any different coming into Oscar Sunday, because if you think Danielle Brooks or Divine Joy Randolph is safe at number 1, you might want to think again. All right, moving on into Best Supporting Actor. This is where it is very interesting and where I love this number 1 slot. If you do not know and cannot tell, right here and behind me, I like the MCU. Yeah, I also like Iron Man. He's my favorite. And I love Robert Downey Jr. This man's incredible. I love him as an actor, not just in Iron Man, obviously, with what he did in Oppenheimer. It is phenomenal. He disappeared into that character. I knew he was in the movie, and when I first saw him in the movie, I knew it was him, but yet I second guessed myself, and that's how good he looked. He really did do a good job just disappearing into this role, bringing so much of his talent on screen, doing phenomenal things. So I'm happy to say that right now at my number 1 slot, it is Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. Incredible. And I think he has a pretty decent lead at the moment in regards to the number 2, number 3 spots here. But coming in at number 2, I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. I saw Robert De Niro, and I thought he was great in it. However, he ain't going to win, so I'm not going to put him at number 2. And I saw Barbie with Ryan Gosling. He was great in it. I'm not going to even put him at number 2. If I'm honest, I'm going to put Mark Ruffalo in at number 2 for Poor Things. Another Marvel guy. Bruce Banner over here. Marvel's really showing up. But yeah, I'm putting Mark Ruffalo in it for Poor Things at number 2. I think this film is going to do pretty well at the Oscars. I think it's going to get a lot of nominations. I know it's a little bit different, but hey, Everything Everywhere All at Once won last year, so I think that's okay. But yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo is, from what I've heard, phenomenal job in the movie, and really did a great job supporting Emma Stone up there on screen. And I think that's going to be noticed and recognized, which is why he's going to get a nomination, and that's why I'm very confident that he's at number 2 right now. Number 3 is where I'm going to put Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Ryan Gosling is going to get a nomination. I just think he's number 3. Nothing wrong with that. It can always change. But yeah, he did a great job in Barbie. I mean, him and Margot were incredible up there. Margot did a fantastic job too. And so did Ryan Gosling, and I think they're going to recognize more comedy than they would because of how much of a success Barbie was and how much it kind of changed the game in a way, especially this year. So, yeah, Ryan Gosling, number 3 for Barbie. For number 4 is where I have Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. He was fantastic in Killers of the Flower Moon. If you don't know, I'm not like the biggest fan of the movie, but I did really like his performance in it. So putting him in at number 4. And at number 5, I am gonna do William Dafoe for Poor Things. I'm pretty confident actually about this top 5 right now, and I think William Dafoe is incredible. I love this man, incredible actor. I really do. A lot of people are always iffy on putting two actors in for the same movie in the same category. Yeah, I think William Dafoe's got it in the bag, if I'm honest. Also, hearing great things about his performance in it and his transformation. You could see it in the poster and in the trailer as well. How he has great prosthetics on and makeup as well. Very excited to see that. But yeah, William Dafoe, for sure, gonna get an Oscar nomination. I think again for best supporting actor. Number like 6, 7. I'm gonna put Charles Melton, May December. Again, keep your eye out for it. I'm gonna put him in at number 6. I'm hearing fantastic things, and he is the key star that people are talking about in that film. And yeah, that film stars Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. So, that's saying some stuff. And then number 7, I'm gonna put Coleman Domingo in there for The Color Purple. I think he's gonna do great things. And number 8, I'll put Dominic Sessa in for The Holdovers. Hearing fantastic things about his performance as well in it. Just super excited to see that movie overall. But don't really necessarily think that any of these other men have a chance, because I'm pretty confident in this top 5. And that is, again, number 1, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Number 2, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Number 3, Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Number 4, Robert De Niro for The Killers of the Flower Moon. And number 5, William Dafoe for Poor Things. So, guys, with that being said, those are both my nominations for Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Very excited to see what your guys' thoughts are on these two categories, as the supporting categories are always two of my favorites going into Oscar Sunday. So, with that being said, guys, keep a lookout on the channel for more content coming on this week. I finally saw Anatomy of a Fall, and spoiler alert, it was pretty dang good. So I really did like that movie. So keep an eye out for the review coming soon. And yeah, all other Oscar stuff is coming on the channel as well. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Would love to have your guys' support here on the channel to get us on that mark to 1,000. So with that being said, everybody, my name is Tyson. I hope you guys are having a good day, good night, whatever time you're watching this. And until the next one, I'll catch you then.